Hello, everybody. Welcome back to DND404. I'm your DM, Tony, and joined with me today are the other delicious street meats on my busy New York City street. Fellas, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves, starting with the sizzle, nuts for nuts, Jared.
What's going on, guys? Armos checking in. This isn't my strong suit, but if I had to get something like a food card or something along those lines, I'd pick the barbecue option, and if there is barbecue option, I'm going the pulled pork sandwich.
Oh yeah.
What about you, Dan?
It's funny because everybody was making fun of Jared before we started. By the way, hi, I'm Dan. I play Minas Pebble Walker, your tiny little Swarmkeeper Ranger. And even though they're making fun of Jared for living in corn, my favorite street food is street corn.
Yo, a cup of corn, dude. Some elote.
Oh, yeah, dude. Give me that Mexican crema and some corn with some paprika. That stuff is so good. What about you, Drell?
Yeah, my name is Alec. I play Drell of the Ashbourne, and I could talk on this topic for 7 hours. I could make a whole different podcast on food, street food, and
coming
food
on
trucks
next week
because I love it.
Expect a tier list.
But
tier list.
Ooh, that might be hard because I just love to eat. But my favorite street food, and this is, I don't know, I would say pretty particular to the area I'm from in the Bay Area. But if you ever attend a sporting event outside in the Bay Area, there's these stands. They're like little hot dog stands. They come out and they're flat iron grills and they have like peppers and onions and dogs. And like as you're leaving the event, they'll sell them to you. You know, after you already spend $150 in beer at a Giants game and you're leaving the Giants game, you can grab yourself a few dogs for the road, and they're amazing and they smell amazing and they taste amazing. So yeah, I would just say some street dogs from the Bay Area.
All right, Bay Area hot dogs.
I know. And I know what he's gonna say, but I'm gonna hand it over to Tony. Tony, what about you?
Yo, honestly, my favorite is halal, dude. I like to get that good old street meat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll get that lamb and chicken combo or some salad with some rice. Get that white sauce with some barbecue sauce. Shake that bad boy up. Ooh, love me some halal food, man.
That was a great answer.
Some tzatziki sauce?
For me. Yeah.
That's what that is, yeah?
Yeah, tzatziki sauce. Thank you. Yeah, get some tzatziki sauce on that bad boy. But I mix it with barbecue sauce, too.
Shit's good, man.
All right.
And it makes like a really nice flavor. Might poop a little bit later, but it's good. It's good. It's good stuff.
Let us know your favorite street food in the Discord, by the way.
All right, now you know the deal. Before we go ahead and give the recap, we're going to go ahead and give the rundown. And today's rundown is brought to you by... Oh, it should be Alec, because Jared took the last one. Alec, you got something to run down today?
Yeah, I got something to run down. I'm going to run down the... what am I running down?
The YouTube.
YouTube.
All right, guys, I'm going to run down the YouTube. I just actually got an alert that Tony posted a new YouTube video on there a few days ago.
We're doing D&D horror stories and meme reviews and Am I the Asshole videos.
Okay, so we're doing D&D, reviews and DDR stories. So DDR, Dance Dance Revolution stories, and
I'm so good at these.
What else are we doing?
Meme reviews.
Mean reviews. So if you want Tony to be mean to you, go ahead and leave a comment on the YouTube channel.
I'm making it. We're going to do it.
He's just going to bully you for a minute each. And it's kind of like our rate me or whatever on Reddit, but it's just Tony bullying you. So yeah, D&D404 on YouTube.
And Am I the Asshole videos.
And In My Asshole videos by Tony. Again, everything's being produced by Tony. So,
dude, best rundown ever.
It's like what's in my grandma's trunk, but something completely different.
Damn.
On YouTube.
Fair. Now you know the deal. We're going to go ahead and roll a giant rubber foam D4 half eaten by my bunnies. And whoever lands on has to give the recap of the last session, where I am number 1, 2 is Alec, 3 is Dan, and 4 is Jared.
What I want you to do is have number 1 in your hand, like in the crest of your hand. So then the other, like it's the top of the D4. Like, yeah. Now flip it over, flip your wrist. Yep. Now just put it on the ground directly. Just place it on the ground.
Oh, what a toss.
No. I meant put it on the ground.
That was a good toss.
That was a good toss. We accepting that toss?
Yep.
Yeah, of course we're accepting that toss.
Threw it on the ground.
We're accepting that toss? We're accepting that toss? Okay, great.
I know it's probably gonna be me again.
I think it's me. Oh, dude.
That's why I didn't want to accept the toss.
Try to cheese me?
So, last episode 109. So the gang comes across Aoterra's bag with his dead body inside. So what we decided to do was we sent a letter to the FFCS, just kind of notifying them of what happened, as well as asking them to look for Miranor. After a short funeral for Aoterra, we decided to head north. Drell, big brain, decided to formulate a plan to sleep in the carriage while Armos and Minas slept in the tiny hut, so we can always, try to keep an eye on each other. After realizing the gnolls might be following us, Armos takes the reins so Drell can make a few brews. I let him drive Mamie because he kept asking me to. And then one morning, we decided to wake up and we found ourselves surrounded by snowmen. Realizing that was one of the most creepiest things ever, we decided to just attack them relentlessly, and all the snowmen decided to run away. Minas then realized they were Chewingas and felt super bad. Armos and Drell had no idea what that was, so we didn't really care. After trying to convince the Chewingas to take an I'm sorry letter to its tribe, the Bloodshard Bandits decided to press on. Drell noticed his home nearby, but their travel is cut short by a vast stretch of land riddled with craters. Dragon-like creature blocks their path. And that is where we are at. Bard, play that intro.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the world of Humbrea, featuring 3 first-time adventurers and 1 very patient DM. This is D&D 404. Fellas, boyos, welcome to session 110. That's a milestone right there, gentlemen. That's a milestone right there. Session 110, we pick up today's session in North Trillis.
Trillis.
During a in-depth conversation on whether the 3 of you should make a detour to visit Drell's home after he just saw the plume of smoke over the Ashari Mountains, your conversation was interrupted by craters within the vast snowy lands ahead of you. On top of these craters is a rolling fog coming in before you. Very hard to see into the distance. It seems like this fog is covering a lot of these craters. The craters are the size of boulders. You do see some snow-covered boulders within a few of the craters. However, these boulders look like they were launched from catapults. Before you looks like some kind of battlefield with siege weapons. However, there are no siege weapons in sight. And as you examine the area, you've noticed a figure standing off to the side of your cart with a sharp-toothed grin, with no shirt, tattered leather pants, frost blue scales, with a large toothy grin, and icy blue eyes with spikes going down its back. And it begins to drool as it looks at you, as it's standing up straight, and its drool turned into icicles. It is currently 0 degrees.
Look, if I'm gonna be on guard about some damn snowman, I'm definitely blowing this thing up on site.
What if there's another Chewinga in there?
You're right. You know what? I shouldn't cast Fireball. I should cast Shatter on him instead. Yep, you're right.
What's that spell do?
Said look away.
I'll go out and talk to him. Maybe it's nice.
Yeah, Minas, go talk to him.
Minas steps out of the cart.
Wait, we're gonna blow up Snowman, but we're gonna talk to this guy?
Yeah, but, the snowman didn't really do anything besides run away. What if this thing decides to run away too? We just can't go around fireballing everything, Armos.
We're on a mission to save the world. Anything in my way is getting fireballed.
Is that how you want to be remembered, Armos?
Hello, do you need help?
So you get out of the cart and approach him.
Well, I'm waving at him.
I'm on top of the cart, ready to strike.
You're on top of the cart. Joe, what are you doing?
I'm on top of the world, yeah? Oh, no, I think I'm just standing next to the cart. I'll probably get out as well with my hammer, but I'm not gonna like approach. I'm just gonna stand next to the cart and Mammy, obviously, because if Mammy gets hurt, then we're kind of screwed with the cart. So
You stay with the cart, you pull out your hammer. Minas approaches this draconic looking creature and you see that it's staring at you. And it's drooling from its mouth, but it's not making any hostile movements towards you. It's just like kind of standing in place. And as you reach out, what are you saying to it exactly?
Yeah, I get about 20 feet away from it, and I'm just yelling, "Are you okay? Do you need help?"
You see that he pulls his hand out, and in broken common, he yells out to you, "Halt! Danger!" And then he points to the mammoth.
What?
Danger!
No, that's mammoth.
what is he saying, Minas?
Everybody give me a perception check.
I got a 3. Is he trying to warn us of something?
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
You notice to the left of you is this massive snow mound. As you go to look to the left of you, you see a hole that's dug out. Inside the hole are these pair of these blue dragon eyes staring at you, similar to the thing that you're staring at. It's a very different shape of draconic creature, but it is staring right at you, almost like it's in a blind, like a hunting blind.
Hi. We mean no harm.
Caution, caution, caution. The one from your left, from the west side in the snow blind, speaks out to you.
I'm gonna go invisible just in case anything bad starts to happen.
Hurt from above. Hurt from above.
Oh.
Minas, make me a history check.
Hey, Drell, that volcano isn't still active, is it? And I'm gonna...
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, that's why we stayed there, because it was nice and warm.
7.
So you got one to the left of you, and then one to the north. It's kind of trying to stop you, pointing at the mammoth, saying danger. And you got the one to the left of you saying caution.
Yeah, hey, Drell, I think these craters are... It sounds like they're saying these craters are pretty recent.
Yeah. I mean, the volcano it's alive, right? It's not dormant. So, I mean, it acts up every once in a while. You know, shoot some stuff here and there.
This way could be dangerous.
The one from the snow blind goes, volcano no. Volcano no. Giant.
Oh, God.
Is something about it. Did he say dragon?
Giant.
Oh, yeah, no, that's an issue. Yeah, no, that's an issue. If there's giants, that is a bigger issue than...
And I put my hand, like, between me and Mammy so it can't read my lips, even though it's a mammoth. I'm like, Drell, they eat mammoths.
They eat everybody, Minas. They don't just eat mammoths. I hate to break it to you.
Oh, that's right.
They'll eat you. They'll eat me. I don't know if they'll eat Armos, actually, because I don't know if he looks that tasty, but I mean, they'll definitely eat everybody. Everybody here. And I point to everybody except Armos. Armos, you might be good.
I'm invisible at this point.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Wait, where the hell did Armos go?
He poofed.
Wait. Okay. So everyone gets to go invisible but me, right? This is how it's gonna work out?
I mean, almost learned. I bet you can learn.
Oh, true. I could probably learn to go invisible too. All I have to do is believe.
That's right. You guys can try and help teach him how to go invisible.
You see that the original one walks forward about 5 feet. The one with the sharp tooth grin and drooling.
I'll look at the one that's drooling and I'll say, here, thank you for your words. And what I'm assuming is help, and I toss him like 2 rations.
You throw 2 rations at his feet and he looks down. He like looks at it curiously, then he like kicks it with his foot. He doesn't know what it is.
Food. Eat.
Meat.
Yeah. Oh, Drell, can you throw him some of yours?
I'm hungry, Minas.
We got so many in there.
Are you sure? Like, what if we run out? We're up here. We don't know how long. Fine. And I throw him one of my rations that has like meat in it.
You throw out like a haunch of meat and like looks at it.
Not too big of a piece, like a medium piece.
And like you see that your ration immediately like almost like freezes over just by being outside. Immediately starts to get like freezer burn, and like he looks at it curiously. He goes, not animal.
I don't know what he wants. He wants
I
meat.
don't know.
He doesn't want animal meat.
Oh yeah, I'm confused.
Do you have any sort of that impossible meat stuff? Maybe that's what he's talking about.
I don't think he'll like it.
As you guys are talking for a moment, like trying to figure out what to do, you hear within the silence of the winds something heavy in the distance from the fog north of you, approaching southward towards you. And then you see this black mass come towards you, and it's this huge rock lands, creates a huge crater, and begins to roll forward. And it stops about 80 feet out from you.
Oh God. I swap to my giant slayer and I say, this is not good, Menace.
Are you sure we don't want to just head west?
I think now, yeah, we're gonna have to.
You see that another one of these draconic creatures comes out from your east side, and this one's a lot shorter than the other two. The one that's in the blind to your left, Minas, to your west, you can't really see like his body shape. You just notice that he has similar features to the one you're talking to. And the one from your eastward side looks very different, much shorter, fatter. Yes, his ears, his scales have thinned out, more like a kobold, naked. And he yells over to you, "Mammoth, sea giant, wants danger." Points forward.
Yep, we get it. All right. Well, what do you guys want to do? We could go fight it, or we could run.
Fight? You hear the other one go from the snowblind. Fighters? Soldiers? The one from your north. Soldier.
I mean, I wouldn't call us soldiers.
The one from the east walks closer.
Drell's a fighter.
You see one walks out from the blind to the west that you were talking to. Looks also very different. Looks a little more dumbfounded than the others. More of like a brick. Very long, thick neck. Fighter. Fast. And he makes like a running motion.
I'm pretty fast.
Fast.
So we run.
Run. Return. Egg.
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 Drell, they're talking about an egg.
You see the one that originally approached you, the menacing looking one with the one that's drooling in place. You run. Egg. Return. Giant. Steal.
Run. Egg. Return. Giant. Steal.
Yeah, I think maybe the giant stole something. They want us to go get it for him. That would be my guess.
But why would we do that? Why would we go help them?
The fat one goes, "Friend," yells over. He's looking at you, Drell.
I don't like these guys. What? They want us to go get something. What? And it's super dangerous, and they're not gonna go do it?
You asked, I mean, they never said they wouldn't help us. But they asked Menace specifically if he was fast.
I fast. Drell's strong. Armos, and I point to the cart. Friend, you can't see. Smart.
Smart. We smart too.
Uh-huh.
Friend. He reaches like his claw out for like a really weird handshake. His palm is like facing up towards the sky.
Sure. And I reach my palm up to the sky.
You see that, well, his palm is up for the sky, but he's reaching out like for a handshake.
Yeah, I put like the back of my hand on his hand.
You put the back of your hand on it, he clenches it, shakes it, he like lifts you up a foot. He has immense strength. Friend.
Yeah.
You see that he takes a horn out and he blows it slowly. Very low hum.
What's happening?
Friend.
What is that?
Friends.
Okay.
Friends. And he like looks around, and then you see from all different sides from the piles of snow, all these different shape draconic creatures.
You're being jumped in, Menace.
Oh, what?
Can't help you now. It's too far gone. Sorry.
Guys, help! I don't want to be a dragon.
You see all these different types of draconic creatures. And then, Menace, now that you have like somewhat like speaking terms with it, they don't seem hostile. You just see all these weird different heads poking out. Some are super muscular. Some look more like kobolds. Some will look more like dragonborn. But you can tell by like the scales and like the color of their scales, like they're from like the same tribe of some kind. And then you remember what Lord Baron told you. He told you that kobolds were friendly.
See, I told you, we don't want to, start blasting everything out here. Even though everything looks scary, it doesn't mean they are.
I guess so. Are you dragonborn or kobold?
They look at each other. They're unfamiliar with these terms, and they're like, teeth. And they all like shine. They all like give this like nasty, sharp tooth grin. Same teeth.
Would I have any more context of this?
Yeah, you do know that there are several draconic tribes out here. kind of like how they're tribes in the sense of like how gnolls and goblins would hang out with each other. They're like this draconic race that these are like kobolds, very loose in the sense of kobolds. They are draconic creatures. They all look differently, but they are blue kobolds. And that there are these draconic tribes that live in North Trillis, and like they hate giants and they have a problem with giants. Most things hate frost giants. And then you saw like the giant boulder, and you assume, and then looking at the place before you, you assume that like there's some sort of a standoff.
I mean, look, guys, both of you, like you said, Armos, you have this new ability. Both of you can just go invisible, and Minas can actually even just turn into mist. So they are asking for our help. They want us to help get back some sort of egg, I think, that was taken from the giants, or taken by the giants. And I'm not gonna lie, they're probably gonna eat it. That would be my guess. My professional opinion. So if we don't want to help them, we don't have to, but Minas is now one of them. So
I am?
This is gonna get really awkward. Yeah, pretty much.
Reward? Want reward? And they like look to confirm if that's the correct word they're looking for. Reward. You see like they're all nodding in unison very slowly to try to get on the same page as you.
Yeah, they're offering us a reward, Armos, if that helps.
I mean, that does, but what can we do that they can't?
I mean, number one, go invisible. I don't think any of them can go invisible. So there's that. I mean, I can't even go invisible.
He looks at the three of you and goes, "You strong?"
Yeah, I mean, I don't like to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty strong.
Giant, great, teeth, small.
Oh, I know.
Numbers, small. Giant, big.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's up to you guys. What are we gonna do here? I mean, you guys can at least just go check it out, see what's going on from the other side, right?
So you're saying we should walk over there all invisible just to see what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, put your new ability to use, just go over there, see what's going on, see if you can at least understand what they're talking about when it comes to this egg thing that they're...
Sure. Yeah, we can try.
So you want us to go there and leave you with all your new friends by yourselves?
Come on, look at this. And I just like flex my bicep. You think these guys want to mess with this bad boy? I got Jack Johnson and Tom O'Leary right here. No, but in all seriousness, I don't, like I said, just because everybody, they look scary out here.
So if we go over there and we find a giant, then what?
I mean, I'm not asking you to do anything about the giant. They clearly just want something back that was taken from them.
Yeah, maybe we could go take it, come back, and then leave to the west.
Exactly.
I got a new spell I've been wanting to try, Armos. You say the word.
All right. I jump down.
I see footprints in the snow where Armos is going.
And then I make sure that my, what is it called? Cloak of the North.
Yeah, you need to have it on at this point.
So I make sure it's like the collar's popped, although still invisible, and start slowly walking to the north.
So you know that like they're speaking like broken common, and they're like clearly having a hard time talking.
Okay. You know what? Let's figure this out. I cast Comprehend Language and go up to, is there one that looks like he's in charge?
Can't really tell. They all look different, but the one that approched you is like initially,
this one?
kind of, yeah, it's like kind of leading the
So
conversation.
I'm standing right next to him. I'm like, I cast that spell. I become visible.
Oh. You see that like he starts to sniff you wildly as you just appear in front of him.
Armos! He's friend! Don't eat! No eat!
Oh, eat.
Friend! Help!
I go back invisible and I go behind him just to freak him out, and then I just start talking to him again and reappear. So, what do you need? But talk to me like you would your friend over there.
Talk like friend?
Yes, in your normal language.
You see that he starts to speak Draconic, and your eyes went wide, your third eye opened. For a brief moment, you have all the information of the universe, like it's stowed in you to understand almost everything. And his slithering tongue sounds like Draconic gibberish and slowly becomes words that you can understand. And he goes, "Speak candid. You understand me."
I reappear to his side and I just nod and then disappear and then start pacing around. I'm kind of circling him at this point, ominously.
You do not need to show off in front of me. This is quite trivial.
I reappear and then just am looking him, like kind of staring him down just in case he like has something notorious to say. Speak, and then I disappear again.
The land before you is currently a battle zone. Battle that we are losing. They have stolen something great from us. We need to retrieve it before it is destroyed by their barbaric ways. There is a tribe of giants just over yonder, and they spread for miles. They have stolen a dragon egg from us. We would like it returned. That is one of our great treasures, our tradition to raise this dragon.
I ask him what's up ahead to try to figure it out and then go back invisible.
There's a whole tribe of frost giants. Our numbers are dwindling. We can take on a few, but not that many.
Are you going to help us fight, or do you just want us to handle this for you?
Well, seeing how you can appear and disappear, you might be better suited than us. They might see us coming. But if you advance with your animal companion there, they will surely get the surprise on you, and they will take him and then eat you.
I appear next in between him and Menace. And if things do go poorly, can we count on you guys, and I gesture all around, to help in this fight?
We have some artillery that we could use in your aid to cross the battlefield. I do not think your friend will make it across safely if you so boldly charge in. And he points to the mammoth, and then he gestures to the snowblind. And you see that in front of the snowblind, as you like look from his angle, and he gives you a little point, you see that there's like a tip of a ballista arrowhead sticking out of this blind. Looks like he has some artillery in there. We've been keeping them from invading our den. We cannot advance because they've been throwing giant rocks at us. And as you can see, they have some range. Ideally, if you can make it over there and retrieve the egg, we would be most appreciative and offer a great reward and what you deem worthy of such a task. You do not look like you're from here. I can only imagine why you are here. You get the sense that he's like much more intelligent when he's speaking to you in Draconic. Mm-hmm. Despite his savage looks, drooling, piercing cold blue eyes, he comes off as he knows a little more than he lets on to be.
As I reappear, I'm in between Menace and Drell. All right, tribe of giants up ahead. They've been throwing boulders. That's what the craters are. These guys want our help.
Okay.
They have artillery, and I kind of motion to where one of them would be, to possibly help us if we get in trouble. But what's over there is a dragon egg, and I kind of look at Drell to see his reaction.
Excuse me?
That's what they said. They said dragon egg, and we get a big reward.
Oh, God.
So you were just talking to him?
More listening.
So you heard Armos's conversation, but you couldn't understand the Draconic that he was speaking. He understands you fine.
Menace, this is what it sounds like when you talk to animals. I'm just used to this. Both of you guys go invisible. Both of you guys have conversations with a bunch of animals. I don't know what's been saying. You guys realize I'm always the one being left out of the loop on all this, right?
Hey, look where I came. Came right to you to fill you in.
Yeah, finally. And I look at Menace. No, I'm just kidding.
Menace, where's a piece of paper? And I write down, do we help them? And I put like a box. Yes. I put another box. No. Or do we just leave to Drell's home?
I write back on the piece of paper, ask him what the reward is.
I shout over to him. What's the reward?
He walks closer to you. He goes,
I had the note.
well, 3 outsiders. What do you deem to be worthy? What could we offer you?
Do we have our map that shows like where we're going, right?
Yeah.
It's like rough map, right?
Yeah.
I show them where we're trying to go and see if they have anything better or something to help us get there.
Heading north. Why, what's north that you need to seek? Probably more giants, ferocious monstrosities as the further north you get.
That's not important.
Well, what do you seek? Can't answer unless you tell me what you're looking for.
Frostoon.
No, it kicked Menace in the shin.
What? Why are we just telling him what we're looking for?
Okay, but if we tell them what we're looking for and then they know a way to go get something that we don't know how to get that's valuable.
I write down a piece of paper. We don't need to tell them what we're getting there. We just need to find Frostoon.
Frostoon is dead.
He's dead.
Well, you didn't say that.
Well, that's what I was getting at.
Well, you said Frostoon himself. Frostoon himself is dead. My dad killed him, okay?
And you see this happening in very angry, fast writing between me and Drell.
All right.
On our notebooks.
All right. We need Frostoon's den.
Mine's on the first page because I haven't written any notes.
Do you know where this is?
Yes, that is legend. Says that he lives within the Valley of Winds. Is that where you plan on going?
Yep.
A suicide march?
I turn back invisible and I get right up to his face. Say that again. I'm intimidating him.
A suicide march?
Look, we're about to handle this. Do you want help or do you want to keep offending us?
Looks over at like his other clansmates and they like shrug their shoulder. Give me an insight check.
6. I'm not good at those.
Yeah, he looks at you puzzled. Like he's not intimidated. He looks just genuinely confused.
Let me tell you, if I could roll for intimidation, he would be.
He goes, well, passage is what you seek, then we can show you a way to get there.
Perfect.
How you get back is something that you don't hear about. Returning may not be a possibility.
Yeah. Not planning to do that. They know where it's at, supposedly. Do we take this?
They know where it is?
I was also kind of down to just fight giants anyways, so, I mean, I don't really care about the... Yeah.
Okay. And I'm one of them now, so I think I have to say yes.
Yeah, Minas
Is that how this works?
one of the... Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say yes.
Okay, Minas, before we start, don't even start trying to put these guys in your bestest friends, okay? We don't understand their motives yet.
You see him slowly take his pen away from his book.
Yeah, just hang on.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sorry.
So how should we do this? I feel like Drell's gonna have to stay here with Mammy because don't really trust these guys. And I guess me and...
I mean, why though? If this egg is so precious to them, then if they do anything to Mammy or our cart, we'll destroy it.
Yeah.
And then they're screwed.
Right.
So,
But is there an egg at all?
I mean, I don't know why they would lie to us.
Can I do an insight check to see if they're lying? Oh, I know what I'll do. Excuse me, sir.
Hi.
I'm willing to help you. Me and my friends will help you, but would you mind, with your consent, if I cast a spell on you to just make sure that we're on the same page?
He looks over to his tribesmates, the other draconic creatures, and looks at you, and some of them shrug their shoulders, and he nods his head yes.
Great. And I cast Zone of Truth on him.
Oh, and what does Zone of Truth do?
So, Zone of Truth, I create this magical zone that guards against deception in a 15-foot radius sphere. So you see the Sids go in this 15-foot sphere around him, and you see this kind of glowing energy. Essentially, until the spell ends, one creature, I think, that enters it for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie while in the radius. You know whether each creature succeeds or fails on its saving throws. So I'm asking him to like fail the saving throw.
So I guess ask it a question, and then you'll know if it like lies or...
If we leave our mammoth here, will you guard it with your life as we offer our lives on your quest?
In the cart.
In the cart. In the cart.
He looks at you and goes, yes, if you don't feel like he's lying to you.
Everybody, he's telling the truth. They will guard Mammy, and I say Mammy and look directly at Drell like I'm saying Mammy. They will guard Mammy with their lives as we offer our lives for them.
They better, because if they hurt him, I'll fucking kill every single one of them. Can't lose another one.
Yeah, I see a neck bulge and a neck vein bulge, and I'm like, yeah, he's the one you really got to worry about. So, thank you. And I reach my hand out for another handshake.
You see that he like picks you up by your forearm again, lifts you off the ground.
When I drop onto the ground after that, like, essentially getting wrestled, my spell and zone breaks away. All right, good to go, guys. Everybody just gather on me real quick. All right, everybody grab a Sid. Me. I'm assuming they got Sid of the Ashborn and Sid of the Hellfire.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new one. I'm excited for this. And you see that the Sid's eyes glow white, and then we get surrounded in shadows, and I cast Pass Without Trace.
What does Pass Without Trace do again? Just for those who forgot.
A veil of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration, each creature you choose within 30 feet of you, including you, has a plus 10 bonus to stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. And we leave behind no tracks as we walk. And I offer some SIDS to him and some of the dragon creatures we met as well.
Wait, you don't even have to concentrate on that either?
No, I have to concentrate on it.
Oh, okay. It didn't say that in the...
But I can do it to as many people as I can see, which is cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
As long as they're within 30 feet of me.
All right. So the moment he says that we verified that they're going to guard Beethoven, almost goes invisible, gets Menace's buff, and starts marching north.
The three of you now have Passed Without Trace. They have agreed to protect your mammoth, and they see that they like kind of guide him away from the craters, as it seems like that's like you push him away from like where you came in as like the fog is rolling in. Now ahead of you is pretty dense fog, so it's kind of hard to see once you advance forward. You can see this is probably like one of the reasons why they're having trouble in this particular spot. And you get the sense that maybe the giants are using this as an advantage to them. And they pull Mammy off to the side and they kind of put them in what they think is a safe spot. And you see that the mammoth looks a bit concerned to you as the three of you are about to walk away, but trusts you nonetheless. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the table and let me know how the three of you are going to proceed.
Right, so I think I'm assuming we're going to go like mound to mound and just go until we see a giant.
Let me know. So you go mound to mound, and these are blinds that the Draconians are using. And you go up to like the first one. Go ahead and move 30 feet at a time and tell me where you're going on the map, because now movement becomes important.
We go slightly northeast to the first mound.
As you travel, it's like a wide land, and you see the craters, and there are massive craters with some large stones in some of them. As you go to the first mound to the northeast, I need everyone to make me a stealth check.
Okay.
Does it get rid of disadvantage because he's wearing plate armor for Drell?
Pass Without Trace gives us advantage.
No, it gives plus 10 bonus.
Okay, so I still roll at disadvantage then.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I rolled a 4, which means I only rolled a 28 total.
So with disadvantage, that's a 32.
So you made it to the first mound with no issue, and you peer over. Everybody give me perception checks.
That is going to be a dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Mine's a nat 20.
Oh, dang it.
Mine's a 24.
Dang it.
As you look over, you see something standing above the fog. And as you go to the first mound, you're not going to take any damage or anything, but you can now only really see like 15 feet in front of you. You're not blinded, but things are very thick on that level. Above the fog, you see a helmet with horns in the distance. You see a giant. You see that's like its back is turned to you and it's like doing something, but you can't quite make out what it's doing. And it is towering. It is huge. With a nat 20, Armos, you hear also sniffing in the distance. There are some snarls as well. You get the sense that there are beasts hidden within the fog.
Do I hear what direction? Like north, northeast?
Ahead of you, north.
Oh, just straight north?
Yeah, everything's north.
Guys, I think I see something.
I think I hear something.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, something straight in front of us. Dogs? Some kind of dogs? Maybe?
All right, well, should we go to the next mound over there? And I point to the northeast.
We're doing this all through hand gestures.
I'm using like my notebook like you would with like a whiteboard, you know, when you can't speak when you're sick. And I literally have an arrow on one of my note cards and point to the next mound. Are we good to go to that mound, or do you guys want to do something else?
That's the only option we got, so woo!
Everybody give me a stealth check.
39.
39, yep. Minutes, let me know if you get a nat 1, honestly.
Yeah, we'll do it.
At this point, yeah.
Oh my God.
What'd you get?
I rolled with disadvantage. I got a nat 20 and a nat 1.
Oh, no.
I've never done that before in my life.
What's the total of your nat 1, though?
18.
But it's still a nat 1, though.
Is it though?
You should have just said the total, Drell.
18.
You see in the distance, and Drell, you trip on one of the rocks buried within the snow, and your armor
Fucking toe.
Your armor makes a clang sound as you like fall onto the floor to quickly get up, and almost you hear that sniffing again, and you hear and like hear that it's definitely a wolf of some kind, comes forward and is now sniffing the ground as it has been alerted. It doesn't see you, but it definitely hears something. You see that as the giant you do see that was like back was facing towards you, you see that it is also alerted from the wolf as it's starting to sniff something out, or trying to sniff something out, and it looks over and you see this bluish skin frost giant with a huge white beard, horned helm, massive in size, holding a like massive sledgehammer, a very crude sledgehammer. And in behind him, you see another one of these giants now get up as it was also alerted by the frost giant being alerted. So now you see two frost giants in the distance overlooking the clouds as they're now watching the wolves sniff around. You know that this is a battlefield. Like these giants have been on alert.
I feel like I could do like most of this kind of on my own. Like, or me and Minus could do it. I feel like Drell being here is kind of a liability.
Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
No, cool.
I'm
That's
thinking in
cool.
my head.
Joel puts his hands up and walks away. No, it's fine. You go fight them, Armos, and when both you guys go invisible and you guys run into each other, who's going to take all the blows? No, I'm not there. No, it's fine, Armos. It's fine.
The thing I was going to say...
It's fine, Armos. And Drell walks away.
Since we're already dealing with fog and that hurts us and it's not hurting these guys, how tall are the giants? Like, if we were to take a guess, I can cast something that would blind all of them and make them take damage in that entire area, and then we can just walk around and try to find this egg.
Well, what I'm saying is like, but why are we gonna do any of that right now? Like we could still sneak. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like I literally rolled a nat 1 and rolled an 18. If I roll a 2, it's still a fucking dirty 20.
Armos, I know you really like being invisible right now, but I think you should give it to Drell.
Wait. Oh, because okay. I can cast it free, or I can cast it only on myself. Let me look.
If it's this, you can cast the spell. You can cast it on anyone.
Yeah. All right. I cast invisibility on Drell. My stealth is terrible if I don't, because I have -1 to stealth.
Yeah, but you got plus 15 right now, and you roll normal.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Got you. Okay. I'm cool. All right. Boo, boo, boo.
Guys, there's just one time I can do this, I promise.
All right, we continue. Make Drell invisible to help
do this on my own.
Even out everything, and we continue to go to the next ice patch, but I don't see any. So if we look north, what do we see?
15 feet out in front of you, it just looks like fog.
I think we have to try and run for that glacier to the west.
Think so?
I can go invisible with Drell for a second. If you want to maybe poof, you don't have to run. It's up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that'd be best because you can teleport 30 feet and then just use your normal walking speed. You know what I mean? I think as long as we get to the west here, we're going to be fine.
But then what?
Well, they're looking at this. This is where the noise was made. Where we are now.
You're saying because they're alerted to the spot. Gotcha.
Exactly. So we need to go. We need to flank now.
Okay. Yep. Makes sense.
All right. I'm going to use a bonus action to go invisible and run to the west.
All right. Everybody make me stealth checks.
Got a 28.
I got 33.
I got a 21.
3 of you make it over. As you're looking, you still hear sniffs coming, but it seems like it's in the distance. And you guys have stealthily went over to this mound. And when you go over to this mound, you hide. You see that a little hole is being dug out within the snow mound. Inside the snow mound is one of these draconic creatures. Oh, friend.
I give a thumbs up and then do a shushing signal.
Wolves ahead. And he points to his nose.
I give another thumbs up. When I peek around this mound, do I see anything new?
You see some fog. Then you do see another frost giant stand up.
Are they saying anything to each other, or are they just going back and forth?
They're looking towards your direction because this is where all like the fighting has been taking place, but they just look like they're alerted.
I huddle back to the guys, and on my notepad, I'm writing, as long as we can get Drell to a crater and he waits, I can go try and steal the egg.
Mm-hmm.
And if anything bad happens, come out guns a-blazing.
Oh, I'm gonna do this. I will just cast invisibility on Drell, have him go, and then once he gets there, I'll just cast invisibility on myself, and then I'll go.
Yeah, let's try it. So I write in my notepad, great idea, Armos. I go around the corner, I bonus action go invisible again, and I can barely get to the crater if I run. So I'll use a dash action as I'm invisible. Does that negate any... If I'm running, does that negate any advantages? It's like I roll normal.
You would roll normal, yeah, because you're rushing.
Yeah, okay. It's only a 32.
Oh, wow.
Wow. You had me there at the beginning.
Yeah, with the 32, you run, slide, and nothing is amiss. But you do notice that there is another one of these wolves also sniffing a little further back as you're able to like kind of see into the fog now.
All right. I cast invisibility on Drell and send him off.
Oh, fuck. Okay, here we go. Just running. Just trying to be as quiet as possible.
Mer.
You see one of the other Sids takes Sid of the Ashborn and pulls him back behind the glacier because he's not invisible. Like, you idiot.
So I rolled the exact same thing twice. So that's 35.
Dude.
Just light as a feather on my feet, just booking it through the snow.
All right. Last but not least, turn invisible and I head out. 29?
Nope, minimum 24.
24, yeah. With the... Oh, yeah, without that. Yep.
29 total.
Yeah.
With the 29, you safely make it to the crater. You see this giant this giant frost giant.
Nice.
The frost giant standing and towering over the fog looking out. He has a giant sledgehammer slung over his shoulder. And then then in the back, way in the distance, you see another one of these giants pick up a boulder and go roar, and like launching it towards where the draconians are, where like one of the first wolf you saw was sniffing around, kind of launching it in that direction. Almost seems like a warning shot.
I scribble on my paper, Armos, same thing you did to Drell to me. Because I only have a certain amount of times I can use my Nature's Veil. So if you can let me go first.
So I cast invisibility on Minas.
And Armos reappears.
Oh my god. You guys gotta stop doing this to me.
Giants alerted. Oh my god.
After how stealthy we've been, that's what gives it away.
Yeah. Before I move, can I tell if this giant to the left is the one with the egg? Or do I have to get closer to make that check?
You would have to definitely get closer. You don't
okay.
know. Yeah, you're not sure where it is.
All right, I'll sneak at a normal pace now. And I get into the next crater to our north, next to the farthest west giant.
Go ahead and make a stealth check.
Do you even want me to say it if it's not an L1?
Yeah, I'm curious.
It was a 34.
Oh, 34.
He's like, because the window to hit was 35.
Over to Drell.
No, Drell's good.
He's gonna stay there.
He can come.
No, it's fine. I guess I'll just sit back and be by myself then. You guys go have all the fun.
However close you want to get, man.
I mean, I'll fucking kill these guys. I got my fucking...
Yeah, do it.
True, Drell, you never killed a frost giant before.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Drell, like, doesn't really want to stay back. It's like, fucking, I'm going for it.
Turn him invisible.
And he just fucking runs. It's like, I'm one with the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force is with me. Okay, that's not as good. Oh.
Hey, it's good enough, I hope.
It's Can I use a luck point if I find out it's a fail, or do I have to use it before I find out?
Before
if it's
you find out.
I think I'm going to use a luck point. And I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to take... Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. That's a 19.
You run and slide into the crater, and you see that this giant is looking around, but it's not looking down at the floor.
That had to be really close, though. Mm-hmm. That was a scary one. All right, Armos.
I'm up next. I go invisible. I run over there. Yeah.
We are at the ankles of this giant now, listeners.
28.
You can always roll in that 20. He looks around. Looks to the west. Looks up and looks back to the south.
All right, can I do a
Successfully stealthed him.
perception check to see if this guy has the egg?
Yes.
It's only a 10 for Minas. Do you guys see anything?
17.
You do not see an egg of any kind, but what you do see is him bending down behind him, taking his massive hands, picking up a chunk of earth and hauling it in the direction where you were coming from, throwing one of these like makeshift boulders towards the draconians. And you see like he puts his hand over his eyes to see how far he was able to throw it.
Also, let me know if they're speaking to each other.
Oh, I will. They have not started speaking to each other. And then you hear some sniffing in the distance. There's a wolf to your east that you can see. And it is going to be is sniffing around. It's doing its thing. Woo! You see that it just advances forward. as you lose sight in the fog. You see that it's really close to the ground as it disappears.
This next crater is going to be a scary one, guys.
We can just kill him.
Maybe.
As you see, just Drell's starting to get way more into the idea of just murdering them.
That was my idea in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, only if we have to. Only if we have to. I turn to Armos and I'm like, let's just do it.
For the listeners, there's a crater directly in between the northernmost giant and the giant we're at. Very precarious. And Armos, make us invisible. Let's go for the next one.
All right.
Yeah, Armos, me first. And Drell just starts running.
All right. I put Drell.
Drell tries to go first.
What'd you get?
On the low side, it's a 24.
All right. I'm rolling 3 perception checks here.
You don't have to do it.
Oh, you don't know what I have to do. And you run, you're able to get around, you slide into this smallish crater. This looks like more like a footprint than an actual boulder crater than anything. And then as you slide into the crater, you see that the frost giant that you're in between begins to walk forward and the ground begins to tremble. You feel like if you didn't move, like if you felt like if you moved just a little bit forward, you would have been squashed by its massive boot. Drell, you look at the direction where it walked from, you see a cave.
Oh. So Armos makes me invisible.
I do.
And I sneak on over. No nat ones.
Gotta get a nat 20! No, damn it. Come on. You make it over to the crater just fine as you're snug as a bug in a rug next to Drell. It's a very tight fit. And you also see this cave.
I'm up next. I go invisible. I run over there. And... 20... Wait. 23.
With a 23, you succeed as you look at this cave and there's another frost giant.
Do we see eggs on the other guys?
You do not see any eggs.
Yeah. All right, we gotta go to the cave, guys.
All right.
All right, time to spelunk.
Who's up first?
Mountaintop.
All right. Turn Joe invisible.
You almost miss him every time because he's just
25 on the low side.
So you go and you run into this cave, and this mouth of this cave is huge. You think that the giants might have to get into it like hunched down, but you go into this cave and there are this ice cavern, and it looks like it extends quite deep as you go inside. There's this long, dark path ahead of you. There is light outside, but like it looks like the light does not reach into the darkness of the cave very long before it gets pitch black.
Minus next.
Make him invisible.
As I get a 37.
37, you make it inside. They can't see you. Almost, you hear some sniffs. You hear the pounding, the thundering footsteps, boulders being thrown in the distance.
I go invisible and I start running.
And you make it inside.
Woo!
Depending on your stealth check. What'd you get?
Well, you said I made it inside.
What'd you get?
What do we gotta even, you know what I mean?
Well, maybe you tripped. Maybe you fucked up.
21?
You make it inside. The 3 of you are now inside this dark ice cavern. The snow beneath your boots crunch and echo a little bit. As you go inside, you feel like the giants themselves would have to crouch, and then it begins to open up into a tall ceiling as if it was carved out. And you walk down this path for a few minutes, and the snow quickly becomes dirt as you begin to descend into the cave. And then you see that the cave begins to open up, but your path is blocked by this wooden wall. Looks like a gate of some kind. You get the sense that you're about to walk into some type of encampment.
So we get in, this thing's enormous, right? It's supposed to like keep out giants? Is that what it looks like, or does it look like it's supposed to?
It's their home.
It's a giant gate, and you think it's their home.
It's their front door. We're going to go inside. Be like, hello, anyone home?
First thing Armos does when he gets in a new room and takes the old radius marker, just sees how much devastation he could possibly do.
Oh my goodness. What is that for? You know what? I don't want to know.
You should have seen me out there. I could have. Oh man, I had so many plans if we were gonna fight those guys. I would have been easy street.
I sneak up to the gate.
As you sneak up to the gate, you hear the pounding of like thunderous footsteps behind it. You hear some chatter of giant speak, Drell. And although it's low, you hear like hammers going away, the turning of like wood, movements of like giants walking around because like the cave shakes a little bit. It's a massive cavern. You can kind of like peek through the wood of the gate and you see like some loose structures. The ground seems snowy, but can't be for certain what's behind there.
Is there any chance of telling how many voices there are on the inside or anything?
Roll me a perception check as you listen in.
Perception, okay. It's a 15.
With the giants that are speaking, you get the sense that there's more than at least 3 of them.
And you said it's kind of muffled, like I can't hear what they're saying?
Yeah, like they're talking or maybe talking amongst themselves. When you listen in with a 15, you hear sound like a mechanical sound coming from beyond the gate. It sounds like something's being loaded. And then you hear the words, "Another shot."
All right, I think this is like where their main, I don't know, launcher or I don't know, catapult might be. I don't know. It sounds like there's like a few of them inside. Maybe like three of them or something like that. I'm not sure.
I try to push open the door quietly.
Stealth check.
While invisible.
Yeah, you're still invisible.
I sprayed WD-40 on the door.
Uh-oh. I got 1.
You got 1?
Yep.
You push the massive wood gate open and you hear... And as you look inside, like you may have pushed too hard, like it swung open, and you see before you that there is a frost giant next to a massive catapult aimed at the door. There are 2 frost giants, almost like standing guard, and you see that they are looking at the door and how it just slowly opened, and they look at each other and they take out their sledgehammer. Menace and Drell, you're like off to the side. You're not fully in. They just see like they're looking through and they're like approaching cautiously.
I hold up a sign that says, "Uh-oh."
Wide open. Intruders.
I'm going to cast a spell. I'm going to cast...
Oh, shit's about to get crazy.
Right.
What's Armos about to do?
I'm going to cast Crown of Madness on one of the giants. So I'm going to stay on the kind of creep behind the door I just opened, or if I can see through maybe a hole in the fence of some sort.
So you're going to concentrate on Crowd of Menace?
Yes. And so I'm going to try to get as out of the way as possible. I'm going to use Crown of Madness and try to charm one of the giants. And he would then attack the other giant.
Okay, what does he have to make?
A wisdom saving throw.
You got a 9. Which one are you casting it on?
The closer one.
And while we're at it, we're going to go ahead and roll initiative because that's going to start combat.
Yep.
Woo!
Yes.
13. That's what I got.
I got a 17.
I got 12.
And they rolled a... There are 2 visible frost giants. You go ahead and you cast Crown of Madness on it. What happens when they are affected with Crown of Madness?
Perfect. While the target is charmed this way, a twisted crown of jagged iron appears on their head and the madness glows in its eyes. The charm Target must make an action before moving each of its turns and make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that you mentally choose.
Oh my goodness.
The target can act normally on its turn and choose no creature or if none are within reach. On subsequent turns, you must use your action to maintain control of the target. Or if the spell ends, also the target must make wisdom saving throws at the end of its turn. On a success, the spell ends.
That is much crazier of a spell than I realized.
So you have to use your action to maintain control over it.
Yeah.
Cool. So we're gonna start at the top of the round. Drell the Ashborn with a 17. What are you doing?
You guys take care of the first one. I got the back one. And I'm just going to run towards the one in the back.
You run through the wooden gate and you realize the size of this massive cavern. You see totems and other giant-like structures. In the center of the cave, surrounding this giant spiked pillar, you see buildings with giant design, mainly made out of like giant animal bones and different animal parts, leathers, and raw materials that they harvested. You also see this massive dragon skull pierced through its with the spikes pierced through its skull as a massive trophy as you're walking in, kind of as the centerpiece of this cave.
That's pretty metal. And I'll do a dash action if I can to reach the one in the back on my turn.
Yes, and as you get closer, revealing more of the cave, you do see a third frost giant almost in front, like guarding another tent as it sees you walk in. Thus, a third frost giant
I wink at him.
has now entered.
Yeah, be with you in a little bit, buddy.
All right, so you go ahead and run up. For the map purposes, unless you want to slide down, this is a descending pathway into the cave. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and move to initiative 13, Armos.
I am going to concentrate on my spell and sit my butt right here and focus real hard.
Madness, angry madness.
Yes.
Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and stay
Fill
put.
him with rage. You will be my vessel of vengeance.
What is Armos doing to maintain this concentration? What does that look like? Just waving your hands like voodoo?
He is holding both his horns, kind of like he's holding the crown on the guy's head, like forcefully,
I love that.
and has a red, devilish look.
Manifestation.
Yeah.
Awesome, terrific. And we're gonna go ahead and move to initiative 12, Menace.
Oh, you scare me sometimes, buddy. All right, we're doing this. Bonus action, Nature's Veil. And I'm gonna run in and start slinging bullets here in a second. Let me just get placed in the cave next to my new giant buddy. I make it 5 feet from the giant that is now under Armos' control, and I'm invisible. I'm gonna start slinging bullets with elemental bullets at the giant that Drell's going for.
I said don't touch this one.
It's not me! And I lie and I start slinging it.
Someone's just throwing him, man. I don't know what
Yeah, I don't know what you mean. First one, same rolls, 22 to hit.
22 hits.
The second one is a 27 to hit. Perfect. So from the sling alone, it is 19 points of damage. And from the elemental bullets, they're going to take 13 fire damage as they just see a bunch of fiery sling bullets coming at their face.
You fling these fire shots, and you see that like they're piercing through, and they're so minuscule next compared to the size of them. And he's just like putting his hand over, and he's like looking at you, and he roars. He's like, "Roar!" in anger as you shoot these pellets at him. We're gonna move to the frost giants. The frost giant that Drell's in front of and you are approaching is going to act first, and it is going to take its great club and is going to swing at Drell. 2 hits. That's going to be 18 to miss and a 24 to hit.
Reaction.
Yeah.
I will use my dragon's tail to roll a d8 and increase my AC.
Okay. What does it become? It's going to block it no matter what. Still do we need
25.
All right. It goes ahead and you deflect it out of the way with your massive strength. You see as it comes down with the great hammer. This thing is so large that like it takes up like 20 feet radius when it slams down. So like you're like deflecting it with your axe. The next one is going to go. The one in the back over yonder is going to throw a boulder. You see it puts its hand to the ground, picks up a boulder, and is going to throw it at you. That's going to be a 23 to hit. That's on the money. That is going to deal 27 points of bludgeoning damage, and it's going to move forward. We're going to make one ranged attack. And then from around the corner, you see that a fourth frost giant enters into battle, and he's going to throw another rock. Yeah, this is going to be, you guys might have your hands full on this one. I mean, it's just a couple of frost giants. That's a nat 20. Finally, they're my nat 20s. I've been rolling 1s and 2s on perception all night, but you know, I'll take the 20 points of damage. That's going to be 20 plus, that's going to be a total of 51 points of bludgeoning damage as another rock lands dead on you. The last frost giant is going to go, which is almost his charmed one. And it's going to run up to the one next to, which one would you like it to hit?
Oh, the one he's next to. Just, you know, give him just the beef and potatoes, you know what I mean?
2 pieces and a biscuit?
This one's mine. We all hit it.
You see that he runs up to it. He's going to make 2 attacks with its great sledge. That's going to be a 24 to hit and a 16 to hit. Whoa, just barely on the money.
Noted.
It's going to deal 52 points of damage to that frost giant, the ones that you've been shooting at with those between those 2 attacks. It goes, bah, bah, and you see that the one that just hit goes, brother, why? In giant speak, and it gets really angry and it roars, and it's going to attempt to break free from the charm at the end of its turn, and it fails horrendously. Starting at the top of the round, back to you, Drell the Ashborn.
Well, now Drill's pissed, so he's gonna bonus action go into a rage. So he has his giant slayer out, and he's going to recklessly attack the giant in front of him.
Oh, sure.
So the first attack is a 19 to hit, 29 to hit on the second one, and a 28 to hit on the last one. So total damage is... Okay. Are you ready for this?
Sure am.
91 damage.
What?
91 damage? So you're about like a little under his kneecap, and you just slice through his just under his knee. You clear the bone as it screams in agonizing pain as it goes to fall down, and then like you backstep just a little bit. You just put your axe out in front of you, and it lands on its head as you slay the first frost giant.
And then I look at the one that threw the rock at me with the nat 20, and I say, "You're next." And I start making my way towards him.
We're going to move to initiative 14. From the darkness within the cave over yonder, around the bend where you just out of eyesight, you see that 2 more giants emerge. However, these look rather different, yet uniquely similar at the same time. 2 female frost giants, identical in armor, hair, and weaponry, except one is holding a great sword, and the other is holding a great club. However, their facial features look exactly the same. They look like twins. They are wearing crowns, showing leadership. And you see that the other frost giants look and give a salute, and one of them says, "Queens," in giant Drell. And then you see as the twin frost giants walk out, you go, "Who dare disturbs my solstice?" And that is where we're going to end this week's session.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
My frost giant makes a rude gesture at the two.
You're not my queen.
Fake queen. I'll be honest, I did not think you would make it this far. This is more of a session 111. I thought you were going to hit this point, but man.
Your new feature, man.
That visibility is not fun. I fully intended for you to have an onslaught on the battlefield with frost giants, but here we are. We kind of skipped an encounter. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job.
Woo.
Fast track.
I was gonna. Oh man, the stuff that I was gonna do out in that battlefield, it was gonna be ridiculous.
Well, we'll see.
We'll save it for this fight. So be ready next episode.
These are the epic fights I've been looking for.
What, giants?
Look at this. This screen is amazing.
I know Drell just took out a giant. However, it may not seem like much, but they fucking hit hard, as you can see.
Oh, yeah.
He got hit with 51 points of damage over one boulder.
Yeah.
I can take it. I'm gonna kill him.
And then these twin frost giants. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not excited for those two.
Menace, you got the two in the back. I'll handle the rest.
What?
You got this, right?
Yeah.
Little spoiler for everyone listening. Not too much. It's not really a spoiler. I've been looking forward to this fight. I've been kind of coming up with unique fights to throw at you guys, and I've been kind of waiting for this one, and I'm a little excited. So we'll see what happens in session 111.
Oh, boy.
Anybody got any closing remarks before we go on to our recommendation and then the Patreon supporters?
Don't TPK us, please.
No promises.
Do it, no balls.
Just don't drop to 0. That's all I ask.
Yeah, because you'll just get right back up.
Will you? Oh, how does that happen? From the tome?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is in good shape, right?
Oh, God.
Oh.
All of my stuff is disabled. I hate this.
Tony had to live nerf Armos just halfway through the campaign. He just hot patched a nerf on Armos, just like, your totem all of a sudden doesn't work anymore.
Wait till I get that back. It's gonna be devastating.
Does anybody have any recommendations before we go on to the Patreon supporters?
I mean, I could throw one out there if no one's got any.
What you got?
Once Human. It's a game. It's free.
I knew. I thought you were gonna. I thought you were gonna do it last episode.
It's 100% free. You play with some friends. Great time. It's got every good part of every game all thrown in once, but the menus are a little complicated. It's not the greatest game ever, but it's 100% free, and there is no like paywall yet.
I thought there was like a pay to win feature on there. I feel like
I'm sure that there
is. Talked about it, right?
But it's just like play with your friends. Like you don't have to play the PvP. Just play with your friends,
like,
enjoy it.
It's not
solid.
It's invasive on your computer because of the anti-cheat. I've been seeing that shit.
Is it kernel level?
Yeah, it is kernel level.
The stuff. Oh, that stuff is ridiculous.
It is kernel level. It does say it.
The Pirate Software guy went through and was just like, you guys,
giving him hate for no reason.
Well, no, he was like, you guys need to like make your own decisions and look at all this stuff. He was like, this game's fine. He played it for hours. So
yeah, no, it's totally it is fine. It's just people like to amp shit up. Start drama
for sure. But honestly, if you play that game, like we've been playing it with like 2 other people, and dude, so much fun. Like I'll give you an example. There's kind of monstrosities. Think like kind of like
Eldritch horrors.
Yeah, Eldritch horrors, right? So they're like zombies kind of type of thing, and then there's different factions and whatever, but one of the instances is that there's this kind of drive-through area, and there's a big chest right at the front of the drive-through, and I was like, oh, okay, that's where the loot is. And so I went over there, picked it up, and then was doing the quest in that area, and then all of a sudden crazy noises start happening, and I'm like, what is happening? And all of a sudden a portal opens up on the media screen, and a monster like peels his way out, kind of like when Ace Ventura comes out of the rhino, if you know what I'm talking about. Just flops out onto the ground where the chest was, and then stands up and just makes this horrific noise, and like all the things in the area get all agitated, and you're just like, this is just out in the world. This isn't even a boss fight. Like, this is just a normal thing that happens. So I was like, this is crazy. But
so long story short, Ace Ventura: Pet Detective is the recommendation of this week.
There you go. Yeah, long story short. There you go. But anyways, solid game for being free.
All right, we're going to solid rec. We're going to go ahead and move on to the Patreon supporters. Say goodbye, everybody. In your most giant accent.
Wait.
Goodbye.
Boy. Hey, it's me, Drell, and welcome back to Drell's Bodacious Bodatorium, the only gym for all the right muscles. Thank you again for your memberships. This gym palace would not be the same without all of you.
I just have some house cleaning announcements I need to make, and then I will let you get back to your session. First, we have the Shadow Smugglers. To the Dread. Even though it was short-lived and the sauna is back out of service, I still appreciate the support. I understand you can't control how hot you get sometimes, especially when you get angry. Trust me, if anyone can relate to rage, it's me. To be honest, I'm just glad I'm not the only one Jack Sonasinki rubs the wrong way. God, I hate that guy. P.S. I will also need some gold for that smoothie. Next, Alara Dawnstar. Although Alara is relatively new, she has recently been promoted to supervise the Blend and Bulk Fitness Smoothie Station, which is now hiring part-time. Please contact Alara if you're interested in applying. Please, we're kinda desperate. The only ones that have been applying so far are the Sids. I'm actually thinking about making Sid of the Ashbourne her supervisor though. Could be a good move. Next, we have Reese. After returning from his trip exploring Humbrea, Reese has a new outlook on life. He's made it very clear to me that he's no longer interested in teaching cycling. Due to this, he will be transferring from cycle classes to yoga and meditation. So far, the only person to sign up has been Minas for every class. I did see one though called Let's Froya. It seems to be a mix of froyo and yoga. Sounds fun and tasty. Fresh back from his suspension is our lead lifeguard, Julius Kendrick. Although he now has all of his certifications, I can't help but to notice how often he comes and goes. He'll be there one moment, and literally I'll turn around, and he's not there the next. I guess as long as he's there when it counts, that's all that matters, right? Anyways, next time you see him, please be sure to give him a warm welcome back. Next is our Bloodshard Bandits. Reigns, I appreciate you listening to me when I brought up the tank tops. But when I said, what's the point if they don't cover anything? I didn't think you would just stop wearing them altogether. Also, I know you're preparing for the semi-annual Drell's bodybuilding competition, but you've literally bought every bottle of bronzer we have. I think you're good, bro. Next is Morgan Oldhill. Morgan, I appreciate you dropping your companion off at daycare. I also understand there was a mix-up in the requested grooming service and your fox received a blowout. I guess it could have been worse, right? Like, perm, yeah. Anyways, my sincerest apologies, and you'll be receiving 1 free week of our companion watching services. Miss Sid will be providing you the coupon next time you're in. Next is Artemis. I consider you now the unofficial, official, but technically still unofficial bouncer of the gym. Not only do you now make sure you put away all your weights, but you've actually been hunting down others to do the same, and I absolutely love it. Kemi Joe told me how you were on him before he was even done with the machine. Keep it up. Next is Tanner Smith. Tanner, I want to again welcome you to the gym. As you've already been instructed several times, you only need to scan your ID once upon entry. What you don't need to do is come up to the front desk and scan it every time you go to do a different machine. I promise you, we've got you accounted for. Sly, I have your appointment for the Wear Rage room all set. That will be every day from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. Here, I was thinking the raccoons were nocturnal. I mean, I am. I'm not a morning guy. But oh well. Also, your profile has now been updated to reflect both forms, so we won't mistake you for a normal raccoon again. Next is Rommel. Your wood expertise is needed at the sauna. There was an unfortunate fire a few days back, and we'll need your help to rebuild. Remember, I need the wood, but please leave the dirt. So, I've actually assigned a Sid to sweep up behind you as you walk through the gym, so you should be good. Next is the Sidget College alumni. Andrew Hall. Andrew, I recently had a conversation with you talking about the 1 smoothie per hour requirement for anyone not working out. Did you really think you could get away with just sitting in the corner and drinking 1 smoothie halfway and then putting water into it and then drinking the water and then continuously refilling it? You didn't think I would notice that? Come on, Andrew. 1 smoothie per hour. Next, we have Patrick Wennerstrom, aka Punk. After reaching a mutually beneficial agreement, Punk will now be performing live music here at Drell's Bodacious Bodatorium every Tuesday and Friday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. As long as I get to play the triangle, anyone who attends will receive a raffle ticket to potentially win, wait for it, 12% off their next smoothie. Next, we have Robit. Robit, I understand you got into it the other day with another member at the gym. Something about a battle or a rescue mission that had to do with some royals of your bread people. Anyways, although the gym is never the place for violence, I totally understand that some people can just be total knobs. Next time, just meet them in the parking lot. Next is Saint Chaos. I have a small complaint about the last shipment we got from the Lucius Farms. The fruit and everything was fine, but I believe we were missing the Jarrell's special case in the delivery. Anyways, please make sure the packages comes in the next one. Next is Sergio Rodriguez. Sergio, here at the DBB, we pride ourselves on safety. Please make sure you're attaching the emergency cutoff cord when, yes, on the stair climber, elliptical, and treadmill. I will say, it's pretty impressive how much cardio you do, even if cardio's a joke. Next is from Brea's Heroes, Mr. Man with Glass, Odie Mel, and Will Miller. I do not know what it is with you three, but for some reason, you have gone from freeze tag to the hot sensation, see what I did there, of pickleball. Now that it's an all-out war between the tennis players and pickleball players, I will need you to reserve your court whenever you want to play. We're not getting into that again. Next, we've Ripcord, Toby Large, and John Carroll. I understand it's hard to play 2-on-2 basketball with 3 people, but please stop bringing in Miranor as a guest every day. You each get 1 guest pass a month, and Miranor is still on his 6-month ban. He's not allowed in. And finally, we have Johnny Tar. You never came to talk to me or invited me to kick ball, so you're still banned from the yoga room. No froyo for you. Well, that's all I have for everyone today. Thanks again for all the love and support, and I'll see you next time. Drell out.